Hey there, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Platinum Achievements. As always, I am Ray, and joining me is the Trophy Talk Network 2 Season 1 Survivor champion himself, Gary.
Hey y'all.
That's crazy, you won.
It's not crazy. It's
Dude,
fate. Oh wait.
Yeah. No, it's... Well, dude, you can't...
I'm sorry, that was
Well, no, he wasn't the issue.
What?
I think there's someone in the competition called Fate, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, I know. I was just messing around.
He was not the issue, though. There were other individuals.
No.
Not even that anyone was an issue. It's just there's a whole rumor.
The last few guys were great, honestly. Like, yeah, we might talk about that later.
Yep. The date of recording is January 5th, 2025. Welcome to the new year. Just a heads up, you have 353 shopping days until Christmas.
Oh God, this guy! Don't start stressing people out already.
Got to keep the people in the know. This should be, as long as everything goes okay, this should be the first episode that we're posting on the actual Platinum Achievements channel. You will see we have a logo made by my wife, which looks pretty good. We have a banner that my wife also made.
We'll edit that later and to you saying amazing, in case your wife listens.
Did I not say amazing? What did I say?
You said pretty good.
Oh, you know.
Yeah, you might want to edit that for later.
No, don't worry about it. She doesn't listen to this.
I'm just fucking around.
And we also have... It won't let me send it to you, Gary, but I sent you the banner image. There's a motion version of the banner, which I will use for the background of these videos going forward, along with like some gameplay footage, and then, we'll evolve as we go, as humans do.
Unless your name is Gary.
Ooh, I was gonna say unless you're part of the previous civilization, and then the Earth ends, and then you send some humans out, and then they have eagle vision, and then Desmond gets involved. So,
yeah,
great series of games.
My thoughts exactly.
Oh,
pretty much took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah, I know. So. Yeah, we're recording this a little late, and then we're actually going to roll right into our, not on here, but we're going to roll into the fantasy draft. Gary's sitting out this year because I was gonna make a Dove's Cry reference, but it's lost on me now.
All like 0.3 people would understand that reference.
Dude, yeah, I know, right? People, get some culture. If you don't know what when Doves Cry is, then go watch.
Honestly, the one I honestly the only When Doves Cry reference I get is the song.
Yeah.
So I'm not any better. I thought you were referring to like a reference from like a movie or a show or something.
No, not necessarily. I mean, it might be in the Purple Rain movie.
Okay, all right.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't either.
Dude, speaking of movies, and just in general, I lost and I can't remember the last time I lost a game. I've lost my copy of Dead Rising on Xbox One. I just don't know where it is.
It's weird because I found one the other day and
you son of a bitch
moving stuff.
I know it, dude. It's crazy. So I went through. I have 3 big, the yellow and black storage bins that are like all over social media. Have you seen those? Yeah, I got
black and yellow.
I got a bunch of those, and 3 of them are filled with Blu-rays. One of them has some games in it, and I just went through all 3 of them and just couldn't find it. I did find a shitload of Blu-rays though. I have a lot of movies.
I saw that. I saw the photos you were posting of all that. I'm like,
crazy.
I want to borrow some of them Blu-rays.
Wasted so much money in my life, and I'm not stopping.
It's not wasting if it's a passion of yours.
Dude, I love having when it's all lined up on the shelves. It feels so good.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah. I just got all my shit, all my game shelves reset up last night, and it's like heaven.
That is my favorite part of moving. Organizing your space. Like organizing normal stuff sucks. Organizing your special space. Oh, so nice.
Oh yeah, my game room is like almost perfect right now. I just got to get some stuff on the wall.
You have a game room, but you got your PC and PlayStation set up in the living room?
No, this is all in my game room. I'm chilling on my freaking reclining sofa right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I got my PC hooked up to my TV, and I got a wireless mouse and keyboard.
That
It's
makes more
perfection.
sense to me because I thought you were just like posting up in the living room.
Oh hell no. The funny thing is, it's a win-win because when my girlfriend and I were moving, she's like, "I want a two-bedroom. That way you can keep all your game stuff in one room."
Oh
She's like,
yeah.
"I don't want that stuff in the living room," and I'm like, "Say no more."
Now
Like
question. Now
I've been wanting a
question.
game room for years.
Game rooms are awesome. I had one when I lived in
Yeah,
my last apartment. It was like
yeah.
a little den, but it worked great. I've
hmm
definitely outgrown it now at this point. Oh, what was I gonna say? Oh, do you have your because you have the PS5 Pro, right?
Yep.
Do you have your just regular PS5 in the living room for like to watch streaming and stuff like that?
I might end up putting it there. I haven't put anything out there yet because so I
You
have
know,
my
she's not seating that ground.
well, she already knows that we have to put something out there to play Blu-rays and
Mm-hmm.
for times that we just want to watch something in the living room.
Yeah.
And it's either going to be my old Xbox One or my old PS5.
Mm-hmm.
But right now we're using my Xbox One as a streaming device
Yeah.
in the bedroom because we don't have a smart TV in there. It's like a tiny ass TV that I got like secondhand somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So if we get a better TV for the bedroom that is can stream on its own, I can just move the Xbox One X to the living room, and
Very
that'll solve
nice.
that problem. Because I'm probably gonna honestly keep keep my PS5 in the game room, and I have an old monitor.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually a pretty nice monitor, but I'm gonna set that up somewhere in here. So when my buddy comes over, if like we want to play like online co-op in the same room or something along those lines, but still hang out, um, I can set up that monitor and that PS5 so he doesn't have to bring over his PS5 or the other Xbox if he doesn't want to set up his Xbox or whatever. So
Nice.
just to make things convenient.
No, yeah. Like when I had when we had our old apartment, and like in the future with living situations for me, I
hmm
I don't I assume there's like an essence of shame to it, but also I just don't want my game stuff out in or my Blu-rays out in like the living room, like where normal humans go. Those are my things. I keep them in my cave.
I guess I just don't give a fuck because at my old apartment, the one I just moved out of,
Hmm.
I literally had all my gaming shit on display on all those shelves in the living room. I'm like, I didn't give a fuck. I'm
That was
displaying that.
your space. Like I'm
Yeah,
talking about like
yeah.
living because I've
But
basically
living,
only lived
yeah,
with
but like
Amanda.
living, yeah, I get it. Yeah, that
Yeah,
makes sense.
like we
It's
started
kind of,
dating. We started dating a week into college, and
hmm
we haven't stopped. And I'm trying to think. When I lived with my buddy Eric, we had no shame. We literally set up like 3 or 4 folding tables and had just like 6 consoles on the folding tables for like achievement boosting, and I think he might have done some trophies and stuff like that. That was back in PS3 days.
hmm
And then when I moved in with Amanda, it was okay. We'll keep a system in the living room, shared areas,
hmm
um, for like watching stuff with like company. But aside from
yeah,
that, all the nerd stuff goes into my room.
yeah. That's kind of how it is
Yep.
for us now, which I'm totally cool with. Like,
No, yeah,
it's
that's my
nice having my
preferred.
own little space. Yeah, and it works out too with. It's kind of nice for our animals too because like my cat, I kind of felt bad for my cat when I had my own place because since I had a dog too, she doesn't. They get along for the most part, but my cat just doesn't really like my dog that much.
Mm-hmm.
So, and my cat loves to cuddle. She's like a lap cat, and she pretty much wouldn't really leave my bedroom in my old apartment, and now she's like loving it because now she basically has her own space in here with me. She like cuddles with me when I'm game, which is I love that shit. I love having a lap cat while I game. It's like perfection.
Do you ever like a shelf?
Yeah,
Have you seen those things?
she has a cat tree. She has a cat tree, and the funny thing is that cat tree. So, her cats are basically getting acclimated to my animals,
Mm-hmm.
and her boy cat loves me. And the last few days, he's been coming in my room while I've been organizing my games and stuff, and he'll just climb into the top little house of the cat tree and literally just hang out and sleep, like because he just wants to be near me. and like my cat will be on my lap, and I'm like, oh, this is great. Like I love this.
Mhm.
You know? And there's even times where like my cat will be on my lap and my dog's like, "Hey, I want to come hang out with you," and she'll just come and chill on my love seat with me. It's great. I love it.
That's just lovely.
It is.
Now, Gary, let's begin. I'm gonna take notes. I had a pen.
You're gonna take notes.
Yeah, you brought up something I
My
want
mouse
to keep it. Jesus Christ, loud.
My mouse is being horrible. My
You
Bluetooth
brought up
mouse.
something I want to keep it in my head.
Okay,
God.
yeah. If you have if your brain's anything like mine, it just falls right out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might have to look at this on my phone because this ain't really working too well with my
Dude, I've got
Bluetooth mouse.
I've got no space for nothing.
What do you mean? Oh, in your brain?
No, just like on my desk.
Okay. I was like, are we still talking about brains? Or
All right, I'm just gonna put this aside. So
what's going on with this?
Gary, let us begin, or
Mhm.
semi-begin this episode.
Mhm.
Recapping. What are you at, trophy and achievement-wise?
Hold on. My Bluetooth mouse is crapping out on me. Give me a
Actually,
second. Let me-
I already have mine pulled up, so I'll go first.
Yeah, you go first.
All right, gamer score on the Xbox currently at 729,070 points. That is
Very
thanks
nice.
to we haven't recorded in a couple weeks. Has like a holiday hiatus, I suppose.
Mhm.
But also I think we just could not organize a time. I think we couldn't organize a time a couple weeks ago, and then I was just like, screw it, let's just we'll start fresh in the new year.
Yeah.
Um,
Real quick, do you remember, just so I know when the cutoff is, do you remember what the last actual date of our previous recording was? So I
It would've
know when to
been-
kind of start.
yeah, it would have been. Actually, let me pull up. Where is YouTube Studio? Yep. Let's see, content. December 16th. So that would have been.
I thought we recorded like just after that. Because didn't I talk
No,
about
we,
like,
we did it. We did the kitty cat video that I never got around to making.
because I thought I remember in that video talking about platinuming both versions of Brotato. And that was on like the 19th of December, but maybe I just talked about.
I think you were on the
Playing them.
way to it.
Yeah, okay.
So our last recording would have been the 15th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Yes. So, all right, let me see. Okay, so I had played Indiana Jones a little bit. We did. We 100%ed it, both of us. Little Cats. Oh no, Hidden Cats in Santa's Realm. Oh man, excuse me. Played some
That's
Fortnite. No achievements, but I just got back into Fortnite a little bit. I'm gonna save one.
Yeah, me too. I actually did too.
Did you?
Have you tried the have you tried the freaking Lego survival mode? It's actually hella fun.
No, I haven't. It's one of those things where I'm just like, I don't need
I know,
another
I
thing
don't
to get
normally-
sucked into.
I know. I don't normally like that kind of stuff, but it's kind of like Minecraft, but it's like funner to me because there's actual like objectives to go for and stuff, and it's just,
Oh, okay.
I don't know. There's just something like that adds to it being a Lego and everything, you know. Digging
So
it. My buddy
did a
and
little,
I did it last year. So
did a little
last-
Fortnite. Nothing too crazy. Just a couple online matches. OG map, which I'm very bummed that my preferred location was not in the OG map.
What's your
it's-
preferred location?
It was a indoor soccer field just north, I believe, of Tilted Towers. Me and my buddy would go land there every time. Nobody would really show up there, but we were close enough to the action. Speaking of Fortnite adjacent games, I 100%ed Rocket League.
Very nice. Very nice.
The squad goals achievement is ridiculous. Or trophy.
What's that one again?
You have to play in a squad match and score a goal. In order to do that, you and your teammate have to be in the same squad, and you have to come across a buddy, or not a buddy, someone else and their friend also in a squad, so that it becomes a squad match. And Just the chances of doing that are very hard to do. I boosted it, no shame. And they've made the game definitely harder since they've removed trading, which sucks, but whatever. I've also been, me and my buddy Jonah have been plugging away at Risk on the 360. I love Risk. Risk is a very fun game. The 360 and Xbox One versions of the game are pretty good. Very easy achievements. You can literally bang it out in, let's call it, honestly, like 3 to 4 hours.
If I'm retarded when it comes to strategy games, will it be difficult for me?
No, because, for one, nobody plays it. So you can, if you're gonna play it, you'll want to boost.
I don't even know how to play Risk.
Risk is so much fun. If you want to do it on the Xbox One, I'd fully be up for doing that with you.
Okay.
Yeah, you can manipulate it in a way where, you can basically. I'm trying to think there's requirements like one of the achievements is like get to your 10th turn or something like that, and I may be mixing up the numbers. Get to your 10th turn without losing a territory or failing a battle. Knock out 50 opponents, I believe. The one that we're working on now, and it actually got him all those other achievements too, because I already had it, because I did it the hard way, is just basically improving your rank and getting through the different leagues or rankings online. So, very fun. We're almost done with that. I think we have like, we have 7 more matches to play, and then we're done. You can complete the game by just playing 24 matches of league play with a buddy online. Very easy to do. Love Risk. And then the last one I wanted to bring up on the Xbox side, I 100%ed last year Hellblade 2 Senua's Saga. I did it. I held up my.
He's a man of his word.
I'm a man of my word.
Of his word, folks.
And let me tell you, I know Gary's not too hot on it. I personally really like the game.
I didn't hate it. I just liked the first one better.
I like the first one better just because it was fresh at the time. It was very different. This is very much a continuation of that. Combat, I would say it's improved. I know that was a problem for some people. Visually just as good, if not better than the first one. The first one still is incredible looking. And I thought the story was a little more straightforward in this one. But I guess that makes sense, I suppose.
Yeah.
The last story, a lot of it could have easily just been a lot of it inside of her head, like hallucinating and things like that. Where this was more a combination of things going on in her head, but then also her interacting with other people. So pretty good.
It almost kind of felt like nothing was real in the second one.
In the second one?
Yeah, because like I can't really. I mean, I guess spoilers for Hellblade 2. I'm gonna give that disclaimer for anybody who hasn't played it, because so she basically like fights these giants or whatever they're called. What do they call them in the game?
But I think they're not. No, they're called giants.
But they're not even real. They're just like figments of her imagination, basically. Like, there's a heavy amount of interpretation that you can look into in this game. There's giants she fights, but then at the end, I mean, it's almost a year old. So yeah, we're gonna do some spoilies here. In the end, there's a character, and I won't spoil who the character is. I'll leave that mystery. Where it seems like he's the one creating the giants, but his power came from the people's belief in him. So it's a lot of like, were the giants real? But they were just like his. The easiest way I can like relate it is like him being like a Green Lantern, and he's just conjuring up these giant constructs, I guess, if you know anything about DZ, and like he's controlling them. I'm trying to think if there's like another. Because I watched some explanation videos, and people, like most of them said that it was just like.
But they couldn't be in her head because other people were interacting and knew about them, right?
Yeah, but it was how she was interpreting all of it.
That's, I
You
mean,
know,
that could always be
you know
the
what I mean?
case.
You know what I'm saying?
I do like that's something I do like about the game. There's a lot of like
Mhm.
interpretation that can go into it.
Yeah.
But no, I thought it was a really good follow up. I understand it not like obviously not moving consoles. Like this game was never going to do that. The first game didn't do that. The first game was just a pleasant surprise, and this one was just a good follow up, I would say. But
Mhm.
yeah, I don't. I mean, I saw it getting a lot of like. I think it got a lot like it got good reviews, but also got a lot of like got a lot of hate. I think, right? I don't know. It
The
seemed
first
pretty
one?
mixed. No, the second one.
The, f- the second one got a lot of hate. Yeah, a lot of like popular YouTubers were kind of shitting on it because it didn't really.
Because it's more of the first one.
Yeah, and like I kind of mentioned before, in from my experience, it just takes a step back in certain directions. Like it just feels like I don't know. The combat felt it's almost like they tried to go too realistic and took some of the actual like fun arcadiness away,
Mhm.
which I think was a mistake, and just a few other things.
I
Like,
mean,
but people were kind of shitting on it.
that was definitely a response to people saying that the combat was like nothing in the first game. I think, even though I didn't mind the combat in the first game, and I did eventually get the hang of the combat in the second game, it's a lot harder, the combat for sure.
Yeah, I just didn't find it very fun in the second one. It just kind of
Mhm.
felt like I got pretty good at it in the first one, but it just felt like no matter what I did in the second one, it's like the game just wanted to say no, fuck you. You're
Oh,
gonna get your ass kicked no matter what you do.
I got demolished
You
so
know what
many.
I
I
mean?
got demolished so many times.
Yeah, I know.
And then they throw in a new
Um,
type of enemy, and I'm like, oh my god, like I could.
yeah.
It took me forever to figure out the dodging of the game.
Hmm.
It is a very tough dodging system, I would say. But
It
then
is.
again, I'm like,
That was my biggest thing. I don't think I parried once, and I parried all the time in the first one. Like
was
I
there a
tried to
parry?
parry, but there was supposed to be a parry. That's what it said, but it never worked for me.
I'm trying to think if I
So,
parried. I did a lot of dodging, and then I would. It's a lot of like turn waiting kind of thing.
hmm
I don't know. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. I would highly recommend it. Um, and then so yeah, that's everything as far as the Xbox side. Onto my PlayStation side. Um,
PlayStation.
let's see. How far back? When did I get this one? Yeah, okay. So I have been playing, of course, with Sammy. I've been playing Astrobot and okay, yeah, so that's good. Astrobot and Cars 3, Driven to Win, of course. Those are not allowed to leave my console, unfortunately. Um, he has been getting kind of he's been getting some behavioral stuff, so we're severely reducing video game time.
Oh no, that's not good.
I mean, we can't tell if his stuff is related to it or if it's just him being a toddler. But also, he has some like I don't know if I mentioned on the show before. He has some stuff going on where we think he might be a little bit of an autist. But
Okay.
at the same time, I'm looking at the stuff he's doing. I'm like, well, that's all stuff I do. So if he turns out like me, like that's whatever. Like he kind of keeps to himself a little bit, but he will play with other kids. He laser focuses in on things, and I do that too a little bit. I think
Yeah.
it's, but he's like, dude, he's crazy. He also said fuck the other day. So
What?
yep, he was just walking down the stairs and he goes fuck, and I was like, I look at my wife, I'm like, the hell, the hell are you teaching this kid?
You're
'Cause
like,
we
what the
know it's
hell
her.
did you just say?
We know it's her because I do my best to not swear like that in front of him.
Yeah.
Jokingly, I'll slip. I can't do it anymore, but I was slipping words to Amanda, like while he was there, and she would like give me a look, like she's like, "It's a funny word, but don't." But if he starts saying it, we're in trouble. Like I would go to Amanda all the time, and I would say the word "bussy."
Oh God.
Yeah,
That's
which,
why you brought it up the other day.
dude, yeah, it's such a funny word.
Yeah,
I
it
love
is.
that word.
It's just so like I think I've only heard that like a handful of times, and I'm just like, what is that? What does that even mean? Like,
I
yeah,
forget where I heard it
remember
originally.
how I thought you were saying something else?
Yeah, dude, I've heard it a couple times, but the one that really sticks out to me is there was a video of the actors Dave Franco and his wife Allison Brie, which
Hmm.
Dave Franco won the lottery with that one. God. Uh,
Yeah.
but they were talking about it in a video, and he didn't know what it was, and she knew what it was, and she was making fun of him. But it was funny. Where was I? Yeah, so I play. Yeah, so we're taking Sammy a little step back from video games, but just to see if the video games are causing more stuff than he already has going on. It honestly doesn't seem like it. We've had him off for like 2-3 days,
Hmm.
but now he's moved on to Wally. So
Okay,
And-
Jack Thompson.
I don't understand the reference.
Jack Thompson in the late 90s, early 2000s tried to ban video games because of
Oh
video game
yeah, that guy,
violence.
the lawyer. Okay,
Hmm.
I forgot all about that guy. Let's see. Then I did a little bit of Last Campfire. I'm kind of lost at that game. That's gonna take me a little bit to refresh myself. I did a little bit of Star Wars: The Clone Wars from my childhood.
Nice,
Love that
nice.
game. Me and Sammy, he likes the game. He would call it Doodle for some reason. We 100%ed Letterquest Remastered. No platinum, but that's okay. That's okay. I knew that going in. I know that every time I go into
Isn't
a game.
that kind of isn't that supposed to be kind of tough?
It's not tough. It's just grindy. It's just there's like 40 levels, and you have to do the 40 levels 4 times.
Hmm.
Because there's your base play, there's a challenge mode, a time mode, and then a super hard mode. Which once you get to a certain point towards like the later end of the game, you're like it's super easy once you start upgrading your guy all the way.
Hmm.
Very fun game. Not a lot of it's missing some words. I sent you the picture. Bussy's not in there. But there's some funny words that they let in there.
I totally thought you were playing Scrabble when you sent me
It's
that.
so Letterquest Remastered is literally just Boggle, except you're
Yeah.
a Grim Reaper attacking bunnies.
What's the difference between Boggle and Scrabble?
Scrabble is you get your tiles and you put them on the board. Boggle is you have to make words based off a random like lot of. It's basically the same thing. Yeah, I would say it's kind of the same thing. Except Scrabble, you're placing them on a board, you're getting bonus double points and whatever for building off of other people's words.
Mhm.
Boggle, I believe you're just on your own getting points against other people.
Okay, I gotcha.
But yeah, basically Boggle, but with Grim Reapers and bunnies. And
Boggle.
then let's see, anything else? I did a little more Quidditch World Champions. I think I got like 1 or 2 other trophies. I think at this point, and I'd really hate to do it, I might just delete my WB account and delete my progress because what's left is not. There's a grind to it, but it's nothing crazy. Or I might just wait it out for a while, keep it on the back burner. And then did I do?
Come here, Buster.
Did I talk last time about Brothers?
Yeah,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
remember I asked you whether you played the original or the remake.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the last game, I literally completed it last night at like almost 2 in the morning. Or no, 1 in the
Mhm.
morning. I would not have stayed up till 2. That would have been insane. Stray. Let me tell you,
It's so good.
Stray's so good.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Love that game.
I love that game.
I posted in our Rage chat, but that Can't Catch Me trophy is ridiculous.
Dude, it was horrible.
It is
I was
pure.
raging. I was
There-
raging.
So for those not in the know, you have to get through a section without basically the mind crabs. Is that what they're called from Half-Life? Grabbing onto your kitty cat.
Head crabs.
Head crabs. They look very similar, and there is some.
Yeah, they do.
There's some sound effects in that game where I was like there's like the menu like doot sound. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That is, I'm pretty sure that's in the
There's-
game.
There was. I bet you the. I'm pretty sure the developers were probably big fans of Half-Life too.
Isn't everyone?
There was. It definitely. Yeah.
Isn't
It's
everyone?
fair. It's fair. Yeah.
But so you have to make it through a whole section where you just don't get grabbed, and you have it's very tough. There's some randomness to it. I figured out the best way to do it though. I think where, and this is a tidbit for everyone. It is a minute-ish section that you have to get through.
Mhm.
There's moments where you want to avoid whole groups. There's moments where you want to serpentine real quick. There's some juking you got to do. But I think the key to it is not to restart immediately once you get grabbed. Play to the end of the section before you get to the next before you get to the point of no return. And just work your strategy out the whole way through. Because if you're just restarting as soon as you get grabbed, you're gonna get grabbed like early on, halfway through. You're not even gonna see the end sections half the time, and then you'll be very lost
Yeah.
on what to do.
The big problem with that section too is that the AI for those little things it's so random. It's like complete
it's
RNG.
they
Complete
spawn
RNG.
in the same spot, but it depending where you are, it's random. It's ridiculous.
It's horrible.
But I did that, and then I got all my collectibles done, which wasn't bad. And then I did my. You have to do a speed run. It's 2 hours, very doable. I came in at like 155. It was a nail biter.
I followed a guide, so
I did
'Cause,
a guide for some parts, but for the most part, like if you do the speed run last, you're gonna know most of the puzzles and how to solve them.
Mhm.
And then also a little tidbit, when you're doing the speed run, you can pretty much outrun the sentinels towards the end, so you can just book it through their sections, and you'll pretty much be fine.
Oh yeah.
Even if they get like locked onto you, you can pretty much just, especially when you're like the residential area in Midtown.
Mhm.
Yeah, you can get through that. Sammy, I think I told you, I don't know if I told this no, because I haven't played Stray because I got it on Christmas. Sammy was watching me play Stray, and I was showing him the first level. He was pretty into it, and then the cat falls into a dark pit, and let me tell you, this kid was acting like I shot the dog right in front of him. He was so sad, crying. It was
I mean, to be fair,
beautiful.
so was I.
It was beautiful to see this kid's not a sociopath.
I'm like, damn, he's so different from his dad.
I know, right? I'm so dead inside unless I watch a Monster Calls.
Right? I love my girlfriend, but that's how she is too. Like, we'll be watching a movie or a show or whatever, and once I get invested in characters like that shit gets emotional for me when something happens. Like, I'll get a little teary-eyed.
Dude, when I invest in
And
characters, I can't stop watching the show. It's really bad.
well, and I'll get like emotional or whatever. I'll look over. I was like, "Well, you're not sad?" And she's like, "No, it's just a show." And I'm like,
Oh, what's wrong with her?
"What?"
She needs.
I'm like, "What?"
You
I'm
need
like,
to show
"What?"
her something that'll break her. Like I kind of used to be like that. And then I think,
Uh-huh.
what was the movie? There was a movie that did me in. Oh, well, first of all, it was Marley and Me, of course. Have you seen Marley and Me?
Hold on. I'm pretty
It's
sure I have.
it's the
but-
Owen Wilson dog movie where like for the last hour and a half the dog's like gonna die, but they just keep extending it out. I think it's Owen Wilson, Jennifer Aniston.
I think I have. Yeah.
That movie
Anything with anything with animals always destroys me.
Dude, that movie wrecked me. It's literally like the dog's going to die and you know it. And there's like the dog does things where it's like, oh, the dog's going to die soon, but you still have another hour in the movie.
Dude, even when there's animals involved, she doesn't cry, even though she loves
my
animals.
God.
And I was like, you poor thing, you're dead inside.
And then, oh, what was another one? Oh, what did I ugly cried in the theater for like a couple movies.
You're gonna laugh at me, but every time I watch Lion King, I cry when the dad dies.
Dude, that's what the scene in
Even-
Stray looked like.
Even when I watched the live action remake, I knew it was coming, and the anxiety in me built up. And when it happened, I still cried, even though I knew it was coming. Oh, it's okay, Buster. It's okay. My cat freaked out. I bumped my side table.
Oh, well, I can't think of the. There were a couple, but I know for sure one of them's a movie called A Monster Calls.
Peepees.
Have you seen that one?
I don't. That doesn't ring a bell.
It's with the girl from Rogue One, I think, is the mom, and then Why can't I remember her name? The lady who played Ripley in Alien.
Shoot.
I know it's wrong. I want to say Kira Sedgwick, and I know it's wrong.
No.
It's not. Look it up.
I'm looking it up right now.
Okay.
Yeah. Sigourney Weaver.
Sigourney Weaver. I also just wanted to say Susan Sarandon. I know that's wrong too.
I literally, as I was typing in Alien on IMDb, it popped up in my brain before I even searched.
So yeah, Sigourney Weaver's in it as like the grandma. Toby Kebbell is the dad. There's a little boy in there. I forget who play. I don't know who plays him. But then, so the premise is little boy. He's having some problems. His mom is sick. She's going through cancer and she's not gonna make it. And then her and the dad are divorced. The grandma comes to help take care of things. They disagree on some things. And the little boy is visited by a giant, essentially an Ent from Lord of the Rings. And he's trying to help him work through the process by teaching him lessons. And, dude, by the end of the movie, it fucking destroyed me. I was ugly crying in the theater. I, of course, bought it on Blu-ray. But I was like, I can't watch this around anybody. So, years ago, I had to wait for Amanda to leave one day. She's like, oh, I'm going out to my friends or whatever. And I'm like, if there was ever a day to watch this movie, it is today. So, but tying it back, Tears for Fears and all, other things that have made me cry, Life is Strange, shockingly, season 1 of Minecraft Story Mode. And,
really?
Yeah, his pig pet dies. So
why would you spoil that for me?
Were you gonna play? First of all, I don't even think you can play the game anymore.
Yeah.
Do you have it physically?
I don't have it physically, but I own it digitally.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh well, you had your chance.
I'll probably forget anyways. My memory's terrible.
Those Minecraft seasons, they're okay. They're not bad. They're definitely not the weakest of the Telltale games. Oh, but I didn't even give you my trophy count either. My bad. So out of practice. Currently sitting at 118 platinum, 785 gold, 1066 silver, and 2460 bronze. My next game, as I plan it now, I'm trying to work through my physical backlog, and we'll get to that later in the episode, maybe. As I hear Sam thudding around downstairs. So yeah, I finished Stray. That's going into the storage bins. And then on Xbox, I'm going to be working on Life is Strange, Double Exposure, which I think I've talked about before on here. And then on my PlayStation side, I'm going to be doing A Way Out. So
very nice.
Do you have A Way Out? Did you beat that?
Oh yeah, I platinumed that game on both 2 of my accounts.
I might have to get a goober to play with me because I don't know if Amanda will be able to hang.
I'm a pretty big goober, so.
Oh, if you want to play, we'll play it.
I was gonna say I already have the platinum, but I'll help you with it if you want.
Oh, I'd 100% be up for that.
It's pretty fun.
I mean, I might see if she wants to do it. I feel like she'd get more of a kick out of like It Takes Two or something like that.
Have you already played A Way Out?
Yeah, I beat it on Xbox. I think when it first came out, it was so good.
If you want to, we can cheese it. That's why I did it.
A little cheesy.
So, a little cheesy, a little gorgonzola. So apparently there is, you can literally just chapter select with somebody who's already beaten it and just go through the parts, the pop trophies, and just do that. And I think I got the plat in like 2 hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
Honestly,
that's how I did it.
Might do that because I would like to play physically the game, like actually play it with Amanda. But at the same time, I'm
not have to worry about the trophies.
Yeah, I was honestly just gonna go through and essentially do that. Like is there one for like beating the game?
No, it's all just about there's most of the trophies are like miscellaneous random ones. Yeah, and then there's a few like choice ones.
They did that for Brothers. I completely forgot. There's no actual achievement or trophy for beating the game.
Yeah,
might be in the remaster, but
same with you can it's made by the same people, so there might be something to it. But what's it called?
It Takes Two though, doesn't they have one for beating the game? Don't they?
It Takes Two. No, so It Takes Two. I did the same thing. I cheesed the other stack, So I've literally done that game like 4 times. I've done both stacks on 2 profiles, and it's that good. And but the nice thing is like you can choose that too. Like um, you can basically just like level select and just do like basically all the miscellaneous trophies that way, and it's kind of the same thing as a way out. You can bust it out in like I think it took me and my buddy like 3 hours when it normally takes like 10. So, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty sweet.
Yeah. Maybe I'll take you up on that.
Hmm.
Without spoiling the ending, because it's actually a really cool twist at the end. Who did you play as? Did you play as Actually,
I played as I gotta hold on. Let me look at the characters again real quick because I need a visual.
did you play as guy with beard or guy without beard?
Fuck, who did I play? I need
There's a,
in-game screenshots because it like
there's an easy way to distinguish them, but I don't want to do that. Let's see, does it say? I also really like they have that friend code. I don't know if it still works. I got this second hand, but they have that friend code, and I love that they do that where you can like
shit. I can't even remember who I played as. I want to say I played as.
the one with the beard's name is Mike, isn't it?
I think so.
And I want to say the other guy is Lou.
Hold on. It bugs me that I can't remember who I played as.
But while you're looking it up, yeah, for those of you that don't know, A Way Out, and I don't know, 8 Takes Two might also have it too.
Leo is one of them.
Leo is
Yeah.
the other one.
Yeah,
I want to say the
Leo
one guy's
and
Mike, isn't it?
um
But yeah, if you get
Vincent.
your hand,
It's Vincent.
Okay,
Yeah, it's Vincent.
I knew it was like an Italian name. But yeah, I like that they have the like friend code where your friend doesn't have to buy the game. You just give them the code, and then they can play it, but they can't get trophies or achievements. I believe.
Yeah.
Really, I really like that. That was cool.
Did you not trying to like super side tangent, just like a real quick because for some reason it gave me the same vibes because it's like 2 guys breaking out of prison. Did you ever play the what the frick were they called? There was 2 Kane and Lynch. Do you ever play the Kane and Lynch games?
Nah, I never touched those.
Dude, the first one's so good. Like it's like the best like 6 out of 10 you'll ever play.
I love a good 6 out of
this-
10.
like right, no, for real though. Like I don't know what it is, but like the character dynamic and the story like just draws you in because they're like 2 of the biggest pieces of shit, but you just want to see what happens. And the shooting's janky, but it's like still really fun to play.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's one of the I don't know, it's one of those games like you should look into it one of these days. The second one's okay. They throw in like some weird found footage shit and stuff, but the first one's like a hidden gem for me. Like I played that with my buddy back when it came out on the 360, and I loved that game. And I tried to boost the online because you basically like the online was hella cool too because you could like it was like heists and you could basically fuck over people whenever you thought it was a good idea to, and like the less people that like escaped, the more money like each individual person got. So people would try to get greedy and like kill off other people to take the rest of the money like right as the helicopter got there. It was hella fun. Like but yeah, you should look into that. I just wanted to like randomly throw that out there because it makes me think of that game.
I will look into that.
Yes.
Actually, I remember. Let's see. I'm gonna pull it up real quick. While I'm doing that, it took up forever. But those are the games I played.
Okay, my turn.
Yep, all you.
All right, I will start with Xbox because that's gonna be fairly short.
Hang on,
So,
is Kane and Lynch Dead Men the first game?
I mean the second one has a 2 at the end.
Yeah, 2
So I
dog
think
days.
it's yeah. hmm Yeah, I really enjoyed. The second one was decent, but the first one was where it was at.
Looks like it's still. It's not completable.
It's not that big of a deal.
They got rid. You listen. You I don't know if you got room to
I literally,
speak.
I literally just started Fight Night Champion the other day on the 360, and only like half the achievements are achievable in that. But I don't give a fuck because it's hella
Yeah,
fun.
I'm honestly, before you go into your games, I'll just chime in on that. I'm at a point where if I'm really interested in a game,
Hmm.
100% for me is whatever is attainable
Yeah,
at this point. Just because there's so
like
many games that are
that's
either like the base game for Kane Lynch Deadman is completable, but there's a DLC that's not for sale anymore.
yeah.
The dope bag.
And I'm kind of not. I'm not gonna dive into it too much right now because we're gonna talk about it later. But that's kind of one of the things I kind of like. I kind of took it away from Maximum Carnage's
Mm.
in the other Discord. His resolution to kind of just try to just enjoy games more and care less about completion percentage
Yeah.
and just but yeah, that's um
Kane Lynch 2
yeah, it's
still
kind of
completable.
I think that I'm pretty sure that one's easier too, but could be wrong. Um,
It's a long
but
fucking
yeah,
game.
I so what I've been playing on Xbox, I randomly dipped my toe into the first Stalker game.
Okay.
I played for like 20 minutes and I completely got destroyed, and then I turned it off. um, I ended up I still haven't gotten the last achievement. So, if you got, I'm not sure if you, whoever watched it, Ray and I recorded a video for Hidden Cats in Santa's Realm,
It'll
and
go
we
up at
did a.
some point. I'm at this point. I'll probably just hold on to it till next Christmas.
Okay, all right.
It had.
But
I was gonna set it up, but I thought I'd have more things ready by that time.
I gotcha. But yeah, I ended up basically binging that game that whole night. But then once it got to the final level with all the where you have to find like 100 people and 100 cats, I literally found all cats and like 85 or 90 of the people. And then after like basically doing that for an hour, which that's always the least fun part of those games for me, it glitched and it wouldn't let me click on any other people. And I kind of just said fuck that at that point. So I
Hmm.
haven't gone back to it.
I will.
And
So
then,
that
huh?
last level, he's talking about like the when you I think when you get all everything else done, you get a bonus level which is like massive. Um, those
Yeah.
last levels, it's kind of I've had that glitch happen to me. Um, it sucks. And also the Santa's. First of all, the Santa's Realm one is I think we say it in the video is by far the hardest one.
It's so hard. Half
It
of the
hard
characters in that
hard.
on the final level look similar.
Let's qualify it. It's not hard, but it's the hardest of the hidden cat games.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's still a little ridiculous at times. Just the squiggles that they hit hide as
Did
cats. But
did
yes,
not
that's
only
what I was
that,
gonna
but
say.
like
The elves, the elves
yeah,
all
they
look
like
the same.
yeah, like that
Not
drove me
not
crazy.
to
It took
be
me forever to.
racist.
God, all the elves listening to this are gonna fucking cancel us.
Because the
There goes our
elf,
elf viewership.
yeah, it's a shame. Sorry,
Damn it.
Legolas.
I was just gonna say that. Damn it.
Hang on, one
Um,
second. You vamp. I gotta say goodnight to Sammy.
What's up?
Just keep going over your trophies and achievements. I'll be right back.
All right. As I said before, I started up Fight Night Champion after watching the Rocky movies with my girlfriend over the last few weeks. Got me in that boxing mood, so I picked up Fight Night Champion on 360. I've been playing that on the Xbox Series X. Actually looks and runs really well. Backwards compatibility is pretty solid on it. Ended up getting through the story mode. There was one fight about halfway through that I pretty much rage quitted on because all he wanted to do was clinch. And basically, in this game, there's a mechanic where whenever you get clinched, is like when you grab the person in boxing, it drains your stamina meter pretty quickly. Not only that, but he likes to go for body shots, which also drains your stamina. And I did that fight like 4 times, couldn't beat it, rage quitted. My girlfriend basically told me to take a break, and I did. Went back to it maybe 2 hours later, beat it first try, literally knocked him out in the first round. It's amazing what It's amazing what breaks can do. So keep that in mind, guys. If you ever get stuck on something, literally take a break. It's like the magic cure. And then I ended up, after beating the main story, I started a legacy mode, which is just like, kind of starting from the bottom tier and working your way up to the top. And you can create whatever boxer you want, or you can pick one from the roster. And I did my best to create Rocky. Unfortunately, he's like a Team U Rocky, AliExpress Rocky, because you can't really customize the face very well without using one of those old Xbox 360 cameras.
Dude,
the servers are down.
Are you talking about Life is Strange also?
Download it. No, I'm talking about Fight Night Champion.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah. So I made basically a Team U / AliExpress Rocky because I couldn't download the face online because the servers are down, or and I don't. It's not that little 360 camera, which I don't even think I have anymore, isn't compatible with the Xbox One. So I had to kind of just had to work with what I got. But been playing that. That one's really fun. Like I brought up with Ray a few minutes ago, it's not completable. Servers are down. Like literally half of that achievement list is on achievements, but I don't really care. I'm just playing it for fun. That is the Xbox side of things. PlayStation. We are looking at. Oh, I forgot to mention my gamer score. I'm pulling a Ray over here.
You are. Don't. Oh, you wish you were pulling a Ray. As someone said, we're basically dating.
I mean, do you blame us? Sitting at 231,811 gamer score. All right, on to PlayStation now.
I'm sorry, I missed that. Did you say 300?
2,300. 200. God, I can't talk now. You're ruining it for me. 231,811.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. PlayStation. I'm going to start with that so I don't forget this time. Sitting at total of 7,180 trophies with 197 platinums.
Damn,
1,300. I'm getting close, baby. Sitting at 1,344 golds. 1,773 silvers, 3,866 bronzes.
Let me just cut you real quick.
How dare you?
What sounds more not disgusting, but like insane of a number, like the 100 platinums or like 100,000 gamer score? For me, it's the 100 platinums, and I don't know if that's just because I came from Xbox first.
I think gamer score is just easier to get than platinums. Even though there's like super easy platinums,
I still feel like you can, because the way that they've changed, there's problems on both sides of it, obviously.
Yeah.
But the Xbox, there's a lot of games that they'll do updates that are just another 1,000, and it goes up to like 5,000. And then you've got the Master Chief Collection, which is $7,000. But anyway, back to your list.
What was I gonna say? Sorry, I got distracted. Okay, so sitting at 80, also 83.16 completion percentage. So over the last couple weeks, since we skipped a week, I finished both stacks of Brotato, PS5, PS4, back 75 freaking trophies for both of those. God, I never want to play that game ever again. Love the game, but it was a mistake doing like every stack known to man. I platinumed the Sega Mega Drive and Genesis Classics collection on PS4. That shit had me raging. Like, some of the challenges that you have to complete are fucking ridiculous. Like, because you can't use like rewind or save states for the challenges, and some of them are fucking horrible. Like, kind of just to give you an idea, like obviously old school games like on the Genesis were pretty tough, and just to kind of throw a few examples out there. There's one for, like, in Streets of Rage 3, beating, like, one of these boss fights. It's like a boss fight with these twin sisters. And Streets of Rage 3 is already hard as is. You have to beat both of them with only 10% of your health remaining, and you only have one. Or, no, sorry, you have 2 lives, and you have a chicken. So technically you have, like, 2.5 lives. So basically you have to, like, fight them, and then try to like whittle your own health down with your special attack, and then beat them before you die. Otherwise, you're screwed. Like stuff like that. Like there's like a golden axe one for like I think you can only get hit like once, and you have to beat like a boss. And there's just random stuff like that. It was rough, but it was pretty satisfying to get the plat on that. And those games are fun. I got the Hidden Cats in London PS5 100%, no platinum on that, but that was
Jesus.
fun. Did that
You
with my
started those?
girlfriend.
Oh, I think you
Yeah,
said I think you
baby.
said you were gonna do that. That
Yeah, I
yeah,
did.
the London ones I think are the only ones without trophy or platinums,
Yeah,
right?
I think so.
Also, super annoyed when you don't buy one, you don't get the other.
Yeah, it's dumb.
But
Um,
they're a small studio. I'll let it slide. Give them that money.
mhm. I did Lego Ninjago Shadow of Ronin on the Vita. Got the platinum for that. I really enjoyed that. I haven't played a Lego game in like maybe year and a half. Probably been like 2 years maybe.
Hmm.
And the fact that the Vita ones are like these little bite-sized experiences, like I think I beat the story in like 5 or 6 hours, maybe tops.
So they're not.
And
So
then
the is that just with
hmm,
that version of the Ninjago one, or like because I know there's
this is this
Marvel
this is its own
superheroes one,
game.
right?
Yeah. So
Okay.
some of the Vita games are like Vita versions of the PS4 stacks,
Hmm.
and then there's a few unique Vita games that aren't on PS4. Like
Okay.
this is one of the unique ones. But it's a much shorter experience. Like you don't have to get all the like they don't force you to buy all the characters. They don't force you to do like they don't have like a bunch of like red bricks to collect. Like it was like a super chill experience because like the only thing you really have to think about is like each level has challenges you have to complete and they're really easy. It's like, "Oh, don't get hit by this like trap during a certain part of the level or don't fall in the lava or like shoot these security cameras that come out of the wall, like 5 of them or something, like shit like that. Like it was really easy shit, and like the ones that I missed, I could literally just go back and knock it out. And the nice thing too is once you go back and get the collectibles, you can just quit out. You don't have to finish the level. Um, I ended up just getting the 100% because it didn't take very much longer because I had so many studs. Like basically just could just buy everything at that point.
Hmm.
But it was really fun. Like I really liked it. It kind of it's gonna sound weird because it's like a kid show, but it kind of got me like more invested in those characters, and I kind of want to like play the other Lego Ninjago stuff and possibly even like watch a little bit of the show. I know it's like a kids show, but like
The movie was pretty good.
whenever was it? I haven't seen the movie.
The
I
movie,
forgot there was a movie.
bringing it around semicircle. Dave Franco's the star of it.
Okay,
Um,
okay.
I forget who the villain or I forget who the villain is. For some reason, I want to say Will Arnett, but I think that's wrong. Or Ray Fiennes, but I think that's wrong
Hmm.
too. But it's no, that one's it's pretty good. Jackie Chan's in it. Um, yeah, that one's a fun movie.
What was I gonna say?
I'm having a stroke over here.
Sorry, I keep getting distracted. More shit going on in the background in the other Discord. Never ends. Okay. And oh yeah, I forgot to mention. So the Sega Mega Drive and Genesis Classics and Lego Ninjago, I did both of those for one of the recent Survivor challenges in our other Discord. Because basically we had to complete a very rare platinum between 5 and 10%, which is what Sega Mega Drive was, and then a Lego game. So I picked like the shortest Lego game, which worked out because it honestly re kind of like rekindled my love for the Lego games. I used to really like them back on the 360, and then I just got super burnt out. So that kind of makes me want to jump back into them. Anyways, and then did Stick Fight on the PS4, which is like a
Controversial.
I don't know, it's not controversial to some people, I guess. To some salty people. But so okay, let me take a step back. So when they announced the final challenge for this Survivor challenge, I kind of saw this coming, but it had to be an ultra rare platinum, and I'm like, shit, what's the quickest thing I can knock out? Because I basically had New Year's Day, and I specifically, you're gonna think I'm crazy, but I was all in at this point. I requested off the second day of January. So I could literally, I told my girlfriend, I'm like, these 2 days are my days. I'm winning this challenge. I'm like, I've already put so much blood, sweat, and tears into this shit. I'm winning it. I'm requesting a day off, and this is happening. So as soon as he announced it, I was just researching what are the quickest freaking ultra rare platinums. I was looking through, what's this game? How fast can I finish this? How fast can I finish this? So I started with a random ass game I've never heard of. Bought it. It was on sale for $4. Don't judge me. I know. Um, it's a puzzle, one of those like match 3 puzzle games, like Bejeweled or whatever. It's called Persia and the Magic Labyrinth. Arabia. What the hell? What's
I
the
think
full
I've heard of
name?
this game.
Arabian Nights. It's basically like this anime game, and you have to match things to try to catch this cat in all the different levels. And I was like, the guide said it was like a 3 out of 10, like 10 hours or something. And I was like, oh yeah, I could do that. Screw it. So I bought it, started it. I was like, this ain't that bad. This is actually pretty fun. I finished. So there's different towers. There's like 10 floors in each tower, and there's like 6 towers. And then there's like a harder version of each one, like called the side B tower. And each floor has a hidden cat that you unlock by doing some random thing like, oh, kill this enemy or kill a certain amount of enemies or land on this square and then do this thing or whatever. And the cats also act as like consumable items. So, one cat might give you 1 health regen and like destroy like a vertical stack of blocks or something.
Mhm.
And I was like, oh, this is kind of a cool mechanic. So it kind of gives you incentive for finding them. So I make my way through the first tower without much trouble. I get to the second tower and like halfway, maybe 2/3 through, and I'm like, dude, this is getting fucking hard already. Like, I was struggling because, so not only do you have to find all the hidden cats, in each floor, but you also had to make sure to get a S rank in each tower, which basically is getting 350, having 350 coins by the end of that tower. The problem is you have 3 lives. Every time you die, you start right where you left off, but you lose all of your coins. So if you're like more than halfway through a tower, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Like all those coins are gone. You're not getting an S rank. So I tried that second tower probably like 3 or 4 times, and towards the end, it just got like overwhelming. I would get overwhelmed by enemies, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm not great at puzzle games. Like, so I was like, "Fuck!" I'm like, I don't think I can do this.
Oh, what,
Like, this
you
is gonna be a
struggled with the witness?
I never touched the witness. I'm never touching that game. Because of that reason.
Mhm.
But dude, I was like, no, there ain't no way. So I went back to research, and I saw this game called Stick Fight, and I was like, what the hell is this shit?
Oh,
And
not to interrupt you, I'll let you get right back to it. I have a hard out in like a half hour.
okay, all right, I'll try to speed it. Because we still got to talk about our goals
We're,
and shit.
we're not gonna do news stories. Oh yeah, we'll just do goals for this year. We won't talk about our 5 favorite games from last year either. But
We'll carry that over on the next episode.
yeah, yep, sounds good.
All right. So the Stick Fight guide's like, oh, 3 out of 10, 5 hours. I was like, let's go. And I looked at it, and it basically like it's an online. So basically, it's like, what do I compare it to? It's you play as a little stick fighter, stick figure guy, and you can play local or you can play online, and it's kind of like a gory Smash Brothers.
Is it like
Like there's like
Is it like
these.
Nidhogg?
It's yeah, actually that's a better comparison. It's like Nidhogg. So basically, for anybody that doesn't know what Nidhogg is, it's um there's different levels and they drop random weapons. There's different like each level has some of them have different environmental hazards that can kill you, and you basically have to kill the other people before you get killed. And then the way it works is there's like 130, 120, something like that levels that are split up into different like types of levels. Like there's themes, like there's Halloween levels, there's Western levels, there's snowy levels. But The problem with this is, so I found out that I could self boost with 4 controllers and still play online by myself, and I was like, oh, this is perfect. So I started doing that. Um, the problem is I got to the very end, and people were saying this in the forums that the trophies are glitched on PS if you play it on PS5. And I'm like, and then some people said they were fine. So I made it to the end, one on every level because I was keeping track. And the trophy didn't pop, and I was like, fuck. So I did it all over again, making sure I did them all in one setting. Still didn't pop. And I was like, dude, am I literally gonna have to go and borrow my buddy's PS4 just to do this one trophy? This is ridiculous. So one person said he literally just did it with 2 controllers, and it worked for him. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I ran through all the levels all over again with just 2. Finally, I think from the second to last level it popped, and I was like, thank the Lord. But yeah, I busted that out. I still busted that out in like, hold on real quick. I keep track of my game times because I'm a weird person. It literally took me 2 hours and 21 minutes.
Nice.
Anyways, but yeah, so that was that experience. It was actually kind of fun. It's not, they give you a bunch of different weapons to kill each other with, and the level hazards are kind of crazy. Like they have like lava levels and stuff, but it was fun. Last thing I did was finish the Christmas themed level in Astrobot, and I got the 100%. That shit was hella fun. They basically like throw in every power up. It's like divided into little sections on a level, and you have to find 15 different presents, and they all unlock like either a new bot, like based on a different like IP. Like they added like the Spider-Man characters and some other ones that I'm not going to spoil. Like, and other stuff like a new skin you can play as like Santa now, Rudolph, stuff like that. But it was super fun. Definitely worth playing. It only took like a half an hour. But yeah, that was what I played in the last 2 weeks.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So we're gonna skip news stories. Actually, I'm gonna run one real quick. Just because it's more of like a public service. This is coming from True Achievements. Servers for 9 Xbox games will close in February. I would assume this would be the same for PlayStation side as well. You're looking at.
Did you say we're skipping news stories?
Yeah, but this one's because of server closure, so I at least want to let the people know.
Oh yeah, I hear you.
Divine Knockout, Realm Royale Reforged, EA Sports UFC 3, Hood Outlaws and Legends, Dark Alliance Golf Club 1 and 2, Kart Rider Drift, and Disco Dodgeball Remix will all have their servers shut down. I don't know how many of them are affected by achievements. I just know Realm Royale for sure is, because it's Battle Royale all online. Very fun game. Not a hard completion either. That was
nice.
That was actually, I think, I don't know if you were involved in that, but that was like my first kind of play session with our Trophy Talk network podcast buddies. A bunch of us hopped in there and just completed that game. But yeah, just so you're all aware, and I'll link that down in the description, just so you guys are aware. The other news story, yeah, we'll skip it. Basically, Indiana Jones did really good. So, now let us go over our. Let's see, I've got about like 20 minutes left. Our goals for this coming year. I have the goal of not spending any money on video games, asterisk, except for subscription services. So like Game Pass and PS Plus. So I'm trying my bestest not to spend any more money on games, because I looked at my bookshelf, I looked at my backlog of digital games. I have an insane amount of, as we all probably do, of just games on there that I just haven't touched. And with PS Plus, they keep giving me games. Game Pass, new games keep coming out, so I'm going to do my damnedest not to buy anything. I was a pretty good boy today. Crossed a GameStop, didn't go in. Didn't need to do it.
I'm proud of you.
I've also got
so
like
fast.
I've got like 80 something Blu-rays to get through. I've got a bunch of books I want to read. So there's no shortage of content for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to think. I'm trying to do at least one Game Pass game a month, just to justify the service. Even though I mean the online aspect kind of justifies it on its own, and I don't really want to give myself any caveats like, oh, if you complete 5 games, you can buy a game type of deal. I really want to try to not buy any, and I know I'm not gonna be able to stick to it. Fuck was that? Hold on.
You good?
Yeah, I think Sam. Oh, he pulled the. What's he doing back there? He dropped a car or something. Shit. Oh, he climbed under the bed.
Damn.
Oh god,
Damn, he's hella strong. He's dropping cars.
dude. He. We had the gate, like the fence up behind his bed, and he pulled that off. We had it behind the bed. He pulled that off because he doesn't like it too much, so we put it on when he's asleep. Nah, he's okay. Um, so yeah, I'm trying to give myself any caveats. I know some game's gonna come along that's gonna derail me, but doing my best not to spend money on games. And as a side note, I'm really bummed because the last time I had PlayStation credit, there weren't a lot of things that I wanted to buy. Oh man, just go and check on them. There weren't a lot of things I wanted to buy, but I bought some stuff like Sly Cooper was in there. I think I talked about in one of the other episodes. And I think she went in the room with him. And now my wish list on PlayStation, there's so many games I want to just pick up because they're on sale. They're games I actually want to get, but I can't do it. So it's a shame. Shout out to a Story of Seasons: A Wonderful Life, which is just a remake of Harvest Moon of Wonderful Life. I really want to get that game.
Oh, I know. I freaking dig those farming sim games.
That's so good. They have
So good.
what is she doing? She's in there with them. They do have the Harvest. I bought it a while ago. Harvest Moon: A Wonderful Life, the PS2 version with trophies, is on the
Oh, I
PSN.
have that too. Yeah, I just haven't played it.
Dude.
That and what is it? Save the Homeland.
Look up
Yeah.
look up Story of Seasons: A Wonderful Life. It is literally just an upscaled version, like a remaster, because it's made by the same people.
Yep.
So good, so good. But anyway, on to your goals, Gary, since we're running short on time.
Are we talking about previous goals, or are we talking about just new goals?
Let's do new goals. New goals.
New girls. New girls.
Because I don't remember my goals from last year.
Okay. So new goals. This is basically gaming and non-gaming related. So, I kind of alluded to it earlier. I want to focus more on just honestly playing games for enjoyment. I don't know if I've completely committed to it or not yet because I have a really hard time committing to it. But I kind of want to just play games and not really worry about achievement trophy hunting. Possibly, I might end up turning off notifications. We'll see. But that's a big goal of mine because I feel like over the last few years, especially after creating my new profile, I've focused too much on the meta of hunting for trophies, and I've kind of forgotten why I started playing games in the first place, as the actual games themselves.
So I dropped out of the Survivor thing. I couldn't do it anymore.
I'm
glad
I wanted to
still get trophies and achievements and everything, but I wanted to do them on my own terms.
do it. Yeah, exactly. I know I think that kind of pushed me in that direction that made me come to this too. I've been thinking about it for a long time, and I've been trying to kind of like just kind of quit and just play games because I don't know if I've ever brought this up on this podcast before, but I've been trophy/achievement hunting for like 18 years. That's half my life. Like I started achievement hunting basically, not full on, but it basically started the itch when I got a 360 for my graduation in 2006. I was 18 and I got that itch, and then it basically led to trophy hunting once those came out. What's that? But yeah, so I really want to try and either be more casual about trophy hunting or quit completely and just go back to just enjoying games for games. That's a big goal of mine. Another goal, this is non-gaming related. It's actually my goal last year, but is to completely kick It's getting a little personal, but completely kick my binge eating disorder and my other addiction I'm not going to really get into. That's not great. Neither is good for my mental health. Neither is good for really any aspects of my life at all. And been trying to kick both of those for quite a while. I've had a binge eating disorder for about 13 years now. And I go through periods where I won't do it for a decent period of time, but then it comes back. So, you know, I've put on a decent amount of weight. I want to drop a good 40 pounds. So that's kind of ties into another goal is kind of getting back into a routine with working out and eating better and just kind of taking care of myself. And then I guess other than that, um, I guess just not. I don't think I did too bad with spending, but when it comes to games last year, but just really try to not spend much on games at all. Um, kind of like what Ray was saying. I don't know if he mentioned on the podcast we were talking about it. Is he really just doesn't want to buy? He wants to try to not really buy anything this year and just strictly play what's given on PS Plus or Game Pass or any subscription services, um, and just go through that. I don't know if I want to take it that far, but I'm definitely going to be very choosy about what I buy, and I also want to make sure that it's something that I will play right away instead of just going straight into the backlog because that's usually the problem. Um, let's see. I guess that kind of sums it up. Um,
Sorry, he was calling for me.
It's okay. I think the other thing, I guess the last thing that kind of ties into just playing games for games, which should kind of come with that anyways, is just kind of broadening my horizons with the consoles that I play. I own games for pretty much every console you can think of, but that's another downside to me for trophy hunting and achievement hunting was the it's okay, it's okay. Um, is that it would get me to focus on the trophies and the achievements, and I wouldn't want to play anything for anything else. And like the Switch or even like retro consoles, Nintendo 64, Super Nintendo, handhelds like my 3DS. I have like a bunch of games for all of that, and they're great games, and they're games that I want to play. But when my brain is so focused on that dopamine hunt of, oh, when am I going to get my next fix of of it, a trophy or achievement or whatever, like instead of just playing to play. That kind of ties in with that though. I want to dig into my backlog and I want to actually play other stuff that has been sitting there for years. Um, but yeah, um, I guess to kind of recap real quick while you were gone, just bullet points. I talked about the first thing with you, Ray. I want to kick my binge eating and my other addictive disorder that I'm not going to go into, and tying into that, build healthier habits, get back to the gym, kind of your normal shit. But and then I also want to what was I saying? That pretty much sums it up. Basically, just enjoy games. Oh yeah, like I was saying, what kind of tying into what you were talking about before, but is not try to minimize my spending. I don't know if I'm gonna go as far as to try to not buy any games like you were wanting to do, but
I'll do my
and
best.
stick to just subscriptions. But I'm gonna be very choosy, and it has to be a game I'm gonna play immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Because my biggest problem is buying something that I'm not interested in playing right now, and in my mind I'm like, yeah, I'll play it eventually, and then it just goes into the backlog and sits there for years. So
Literally been
if
doing
it's
that my
not
whole
if I
life.
buy, yeah, I know, me too. I have a ridiculous amount of games, but yeah, if I buy something, that's kind of my rule is it has to be something that I'm gonna play like now, like whether it be a new release, something on sale, whatever, it has to apply to that rule.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah,
Nice.
what are your goals?
Just not to spend money. Pretty much, and get through my backlogs. That's really all I got. That's all I got time for. Drink less soda.
There you go.
Yeah, what are you doing? I'm doing okay.
Nice.
And with that, yeah, we'll save other ideas for future episodes. I gotta go. Sammy like pulled a shelf down or something in his room.
Oh, okay. You're good.
Yeah. So with that, thank you everyone for listening. Let's look forward to a very fun year of video games coming up. You'll have a great rest of your day. Whenever this, I'm gonna try and get this up on Monday, but keep on hunting, boys and girls. We'll figure out a better intro next time. Bye.
Bye. Happy New Year, y'all.